Oh my goodness, this ship is absolutely massive. Welcome to episode 2 of our 1800 Steam sail ship build, and well, I'm going to show you guys what the issue is that we have right away. So, you can see that this ship is 100 meters long, and it's going to be obviously a sail/steam ship, alright? And to be honest, that's fine. Alright, so if everybody's ready for the issue, well, here it is right here. These are the 3 different size pistons in Stormworks. We have the small one, which is this guy right here, the medium one, and obviously the large one, and that's as big as they go. Now, on the ship, they actually look kind of small. So, the issue comes from, obviously trying to power this thing with pistons that are actually tiny compared to the actual boat themselves. And honestly, I've been told to only use 2, but I think we might be using more than 2, if I'm honest. I might even actually do, like, 4 sets of 2, which is quite a lot of pistons, if I'm honest. But I think that could be kind of interesting to see anyway. So, obviously, we're not going to be using the smaller ones, we'll get rid of both of these, but we are likely to use this one, and a bunch of them. I think we actually have to do some work here, to be honest. I did think about it originally, and I thought it was quite nice, but actually, I feel like this flat area right here actually has to be a lot further down. I don't know where it needs to be, but I'm thinking, like, maybe here, which is a lot further down than this is. But then it would lead to, oh, I don't know. Let me just go ahead and try and work this out, and then we'll put it all back together again and hope for the best. Alright, so what I'm going to do actually is just grab some 1x2s and chuck it across here, which, I don't know if this is going to look really strange, but it probably is, but that's okay. So that's going to come all the way out to here. We're still going to have a bit of a flat area right there, and then this bit comes down to here, which I think is actually still fine. And then we'll have, like, just 2 flat bits, to be honest. So this is going to go from here to there, and then this is going to go from here to there. And that's another flat area, but that's okay, because there is more details going to go back down here anyway, so that's probably fine. We'll put the propeller right there, we're going to have a screw drive, and then we're going to put the rudder down here, and that should be fine. Alright, so, let's put it on the main line, which is this one right here, I guess. Can I have a giant? Can I have a giant one? Will it fit? Oh, it actually will. Yeah, we're gonna have a giant propeller down here. Just one. But it is gonna go, like, out a little bit, I think. I'll put it, like, on this line here. Okay, that's in, I suppose. Looks a little bit strange as to where it is, but it should be fine. On the inside, obviously, I've got this in already. I think the drive itself should be, like, black. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this in actual black, like full black. There we go. Around that, we're going to build it in as well. So that's going to go there, this is going to go here, and this is going to go here. And we're actually just going to attach it all together as well. There you go. Alright, perfect. We're also going to go ahead and chuck this on, so it looks like it's actually connected properly. There we go, excellent. And I might do the same thing on the bottom. It's not really the right way of doing it, I know, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Cool. Would it be weird to try and attach it this way too? It probably would, but I want to try as well, so we're just gonna go ahead and chuck these guys on here as well, and that's fine. It's on. Sure. I'm adding more to the design back here. We're gonna delete these 2 right here, and we're gonna add a 2x4 pyramid thingamabobby right there like that. As this goes backwards, we're going to go ahead and shove this guy on, and then we need a 2x4 actual pyramid to go in there like so. Very good. This is then going to be extended out underneath here, weirdly, yes, and we're going to put a pivot on there. I know that's strange, but that's what we're going to do. So robotic pivot right there like that. We're then going to have to go, like, directly up from this, and we're going to have to add one of those above it as well. So one's going to have to go in here, but it's going to have to be the same way around. So if I do this, is that correct? Nope. There we go, like this. So that's going to go in there like so. Put that guy in as well. And that's where our rudder is going to be. Let's merge these together too. Beautiful. Now, what I will say is, although I thought this looked really nice to begin with, I disagree with myself now. Now that I'm seeing it for the second time, I think it should be coming in more on the side. So I should have done some steps to bring it in, and then step to bring it in, step to bring it in, step to bring it in, as we went backwards, but that is not something we've done. Maybe on the next build we do. Who knows? I don't know if this is the way it works or not, but I'm gonna build it like this anyway. So, I've put a rudder, like an actual control surface in here, which is fine, but I don't know whether I should have. I feel like that actually works out fine. I'm not gonna actually have it do anything. It's not gonna be controlled. I am gonna control it via the, via the pivots, but I don't know. Does that look strange? Maybe a little bit. Alright, next step that I actually want to do today then is portholes. Doesn't seem like a step that you'd actually take just yet, but I want to do it anyway. So, we're going to add them in line with these lines right here. So, what I'm going to do is delete these right here like this, delete that guy right there. We're going to add a porthole directly to it like so, and we're going to chuck this across here like so. That's how the portholes are going to look. It adds a little bit of extra detail on the sides, and I don't think it looks too bad. So, paint that guy like that, these guys like this, and this guy like so. Alright, that works. On the inside, it's going to stay white for now, and I think that's alright. We're then going to do another one just here, and then I can copy and paste it all the way to the front. We're going to have it be the same all the way down. Alright, windows are in. I decided not to do it all the way along, but we did some at the front, and we've done some at the back. In the center, where there are no windows, I actually did the same shaping, so there is a wedge here, and there's a flat block there with obviously no windows. I think that works out actually fine, but that does mean obviously the floor is going to have to go in the right place underneath here, which is kind of annoying because it's going to have a really tall ceiling. However, the top floors are actually going to be used for like dorms, I do believe, so we can actually maybe put bunk beds in where each of these windows are. It might actually fit, which would be really cool. I've decided it is time to add railings. We're actually just going to go ahead and add them all the way around, pretty much everywhere, actually, for now. If we then need to obviously get through them, then we'll change it up, but that's fine for now. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves a rail. Here we go, and I guess we'll just start with a normal section for now and just go straight down the side. Is that crazy? Or, actually, maybe we actually start with these, and wherever there's a porthole, we actually put one of these guys. That works, yeah. And then when I do the straight, I won't have to delete one and put a new piece in every single time. So these guys are just going to go all the way down, just like this. And by the end, it should look okay. Maybe. Who knows, though? Who knows? All right. So I have decided, by the way, it is going to be like a passenger ship for crossing vast distances, which should be okay. Should be fine. All right, that's going to go there. That's the last one on here. And then we obviously just go in with this guy all the way down. Here we go. From here. All the way to the end, please. And then I'll have to sort something out as we get to the end. I think what we'll do is we'll actually have it go in. So an angled piece, just here like this. We'll then have it go this way, and it'll go up there. And then it'll do the back end. And then we'll do the same at the front. That makes sense, I think. The other thing that I want to do as well, actually, is paint the inside of this white. Yeah, the actual deck. Oh, maybe we'll go with like a slightly off-white. That makes sense. So, a little bit of like a creamy color, I guess? Yeah, there we go. That's slightly off-white. That seems fine. We're going to go ahead and paint all of this section the same way. And then the deck itself should look really good once we've done all of that. Yeah, it'll start to look really nice as a ship. I think, anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and paint this bit the same, and then we'll continue with the railings. Alright, so incline, here we go. So shove this on there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, I guess. And then we can send it in from there, I think. Is that right? So if I grab one of these guys... Realistically, it needs to be here, so I'm actually going to do that. And we're just going to have a straight piece go out to it. There you go. So 1 and 2. That's fine. Yeah, that is actually okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and build this around the back end. It is going to be a little bit jiggity-jaggedy, but nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately. There we go. What do we think of that? So I've put it all in, all the way around. It's kind of all a little bit too close together with the uprights, but I can't really do anything about that. So it is what it is. We're about to do the same thing at the front now, so I'm about to go do that. I think it's time to actually see if this thing floats. So I'm gonna... Oh, I don't even know where it's gonna be. Whoa, there it is. Oh, boy. Okay, well, you know what? She's actually looking pretty good. At the minute, she's a little bit high, but that's okay. So as soon as we start adding, like, all the coal bunkers and the steam engines and stuff like that, it will start to look really nice. So let's have a little look then. Oh, that looks quite pretty, actually. Yeah, with the white railings. That's quite nice. I don't mind that. You know, that's not actually too bad of a lean, considering, like, there's no weight in it at all. This is just it floating. That's not bad. Anyway, what I want to do now is try and figure out where the funnel is going to go, where the bridge is going to go, and where all of the, masts are going to go as well. Because there's going to be quite a few of everything, I think. Alright, so I'm thinking we put the bridge sort of thingamabobby around here-ish. So let's bring it down to here. We'll use this right there, and this right here, and also this right here. That's how big the bridge is going to be. And it's not really going to be a normal bridge, it's going to be outside, which I think is how it works on these old ships. I'm not entirely sure. Just in front of that, we're going to have a funnel. Now, realistically, the funnel would go in the center, but I'm going to have two. Yeah. I'm going to have two funnels. So let's get this color. We're going to go ahead and attach it here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Oh, that's probably a bit big. Let's just go with 1, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1. Yeah, 2 of those size funnels, I think. I don't know, it seems a little bit ridiculous. They look kind of tiny. Maybe they need to be slightly bigger. Which they kind of will be, because we're going to be adding these pieces. But still, I don't know if that's good enough, is it? Maybe. It might be. So, yeah, bridge goes here. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Funnel goes in front, and then the boiler room will actually be back here, I think. Oh, where the pistons are going to be back here. Yeah, because this is going to be where the firebox is, so it's going to have its own little firebox room. And then we'll have the bridge, and then behind we'll have the piston room. I think that makes sense. Alright, so let's go backwards a good few of these. We'll go back to there, and we'll attach this together right here. There we go. So, boiler room, piston room here. Bridge, furnace room. Yes, that's fine. Would it be really strange to add the white color in the middle of here? Because I think that might look really nice. I actually think that might look really nice. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to add more white color. It is going to be like a passenger ship after all, so I feel like the nicer it looks, the better it is. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. Let's send this all the way back to the rear. This is the off-white color, by the way, not just the full white color. And this is going to go all the way back. Come on, all the way. This is crazy. There's a lot of compartments. There's loads of compartments, actually. It's crazy. All right, that's good. Do this little bit here, that bit there, then this huge bit back here needs doing too. Okay. Yep. There we go. Oh, I think that looks better. Maybe. So, main mast then, the big one. The big one is gonna go in the front. If I type in rocket, would it be really strange to start it using these guys or not? I mean, it kind of doesn't make any sense unless I'm using the tiny ones. So let's just build them properly. Okay, so, masts. Let's just grab this. Here we go. The main mast itself is gonna be white, I think. And I'm gonna put it right here. I think. So it's in front of these, in front of the funnels, and then we're obviously going to have one back there somewhere. Oh, I think we'll actually have one here as well. All right, so one in front of the funnels, one behind the funnels. This is actually pretty much in line with the bridge. I think that's probably okay. Let's do it here instead. Okay, so those are quite far apart. And then that's 2. That is only 2 masts. We'll have one halfway in between here and the back. Here we go. How big is this? 97. My goodness. Okay, so let's just put it on this piece. There we go. So one there, One there. One there. One at the front. Oh, I don't know. How much is halfway between this and the front piece? That is 90. So 45. Back from there. So around here. This is actually 46, but we'll put it there anyway. So that is 4 masts already. That seems ridiculous. But I'm also going to put one here. There you go. So that's kind of weird, but we're going to put it there anyway. And that's now 5 masts. Oh my goodness. I think we go with that though. Oh, should we put one at the front as well? That would be 6 masts altogether. That's crazy business. If I had a mast here as well, is that ridiculous? I don't know. I'm going to walk the deck just to see what it actually looks like. Also, there's a big hole in the boat. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Oh, it's tipping over too. We've put more weight on the top and now it is actually off balance. And it will maybe sink. Oh, no, it won't. It won't. It's too big. It's too big. It's not going to turn over all the way. But I think the masts where they are is probably fine. I just don't really know. Let's build a little platform now, though, for the bridge, because I think that's the next step. Maybe. Alright, so I've built it up. That's all fine. We're going to use this coloring right here to do the actual cross beams and stuff like that to actually attach it all together. That's okay. That goes from there over to there. And then I'm just going to fill all of this in with white for now. Although it is going to be deck color actually on the floor, so that's fine. However, the underside is going to be white, I think. I feel like that makes sense, but I actually... I don't know. Maybe. Alright, so we're going to need railings up here as well. So that's the next step. Let's go ahead and do that. So one of these in the center. There you go. We're obviously going to need a lot of rails. So we'll get that all sorted right now. I need a corner piece next. Here it is. Check that right there. Check another one right there at the front. This is actually bigger than what I would want, if I'm honest. It's a tiny bit too big. It is actually too big. I'm going to change it up. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah. Oh. I mean, it's kind of weird, but I think that's kind of cool as well. There you go. So the bridge is going to be like this weird U shape. Sure. Sure thing. Why not? On the underside, we're going to go ahead and continue this sort of featuring. There we go. I think that's okay. Yeah. So we'll put the ladders in the center over here. And then the mast is going to stay there. And that's probably fine. Alright, there we go. So it's all walled in, sort of, or fenced in, I should say. And we've got a ladder going up there, so you can get up and observe, I guess, is probably what you'd end up doing up there, but who knows? Yeah, some little observations. I think that looks pretty cool. I actually like the U shape. I think that's quite a nice addition. And now I don't know what to do. I don't know whether you can tell today, but I don't really have a plan. And in fact, I never had a plan the entire time, really. So... it is what it is. Let's add, like, the start of the masts is what we're gonna do. But we're not gonna actually do the proper masts here. That will be done somewhere else. But what I'm gonna do is this. Every one of these, we're gonna put in a box. There you go. So, looks weird for now, but that's okay. Because we're gonna do this, and this, yes, and then... we're going to extend these guys out all of the edges. There you go. And we're going to put these guys on. Which could look actually kind of weird. Maybe? Could look weird, maybe. Alright, there you go. Check this one on here. Excellent. That can go there, there, and there. And then we just have to chuck these guys in the front end as well. And that's fine for now. What I might do actually is just do the bottom piece full as well. There you go. Maybe it can just be a box. Who knows? There you go. So there's the start of one mast. That's fine. And then all of the other masts are actually going to be wooden. So let's do this. Here we go. We're just going to do it all up to the same height for now. That's fine. There you go. Excellent. Keep it going. And these ones are all just going to be straight up, I think. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't feel like I've used the right color for that, but maybe. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing back there, and we're going to do the same thing on the front and the very back, and we'll be back after that. Alright, putting the masts in has allowed me to see how far apart they actually are. Now, I'm thinking this one's too far back. Maybe it needs to be moved forwards to about here. So I'm going to do that. The ones at the front are all kind of close together, and that's okay. But yeah, this one needs to be moved. Maybe just 2 forwards, so to here. Yeah. Alright, let's do that, and we'll see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that is so much better actually. So we got that one moved forwards, very nice. And then we've obviously got the one at the back, and we got the one at the front. I think that's okay. I do. I actually think she's starting to come together nicely. Weirdly, and it's really annoying this, so when you start building something huge, you actually don't seem to get very much done, and it seems to take forever. So I've taken forever so far on this, but it is what it is. Let's go and add the actual funnels now, and try and figure out how big we actually want them to be. I think slightly bigger than this. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, I think that would be cool. So like teardrop ones, that's fine, and whack that together. So from there, we're going to bring it up to... In fact, let's just send it for now. I don't know how tall these need to be, but we'll do it the same height as the masts are at the minute. This might change. In fact, this probably will change. But I'm just going to build them up for now anyway. They do seem like they're very much in the way as well, but it is what it is. It is what it is. There's a lot of things in the way when you're trying to steer a sail ship, including the sails themselves. So we'll see what happens, but for now, there we go. Alright, yeah, I feel like that is actually not a bad location for those. Oh yeah, look at that. So those are the funnels now. They seem like they actually fit in there really well. They do. Yeah, no, they really do seem like they fit in there really nicely. I like that. I actually really like that. I do feel like the deck color and maybe all the other colors sort of might need some tweaking, but for now that's okay. Also, maybe we could actually lower down this color as well a little bit, because she's actually quite far out of the water at the minute, and that looks a bit weird. It does look very weird, actually. I'm not sure. Not sure just yet. Obviously, no sails kind of makes it a bit weird as well, but it is what it is. This is a weird, very, very strange next step, but what I want to do is paint it a little bit more. And it's going to be a little bit weird, but what I want to do is just paint little lines all the way down it, and, well, that's it. Little lines all the way down. This is going to take me so long to do. But once I've done it, we can start changing things pretty easily. But this will give it just that little tiny bit more detail that it really needs. Because at the minute, this is a very flat color all the way down the ship. And that is bad. So, trying to sort that out right now. You guys will obviously get bored watching this, so I'll be back with you guys very soon. Oh, of course there's a tsunami. Wait, I didn't notice that before. Anyway, I've added those lines. I changed the color of them a little bit, but they definitely add something to the deck, even if it's not the greatest. I still actually don't mind them being there. I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, alright, cool. Not too shabby whatsoever, actually. I think what I want to add next is some, maybe like, doors and ways downstairs, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, let's get a door really quickly. It is going to be one of these for now, which is fine, but I don't know. Right, so let's get the off-white. We'll actually just chuck that in here. For now, yes. And I think I'll put it here-ish. Let's move it towards this. There we go. Very nice. We'll build this up on the other side of here, which is there. Excellent. And then I guess we just need to build like a room around this. And that's how we're going to get some stairs to take us downstairs to the next deck, which I think is fine. So, on top of here, you know what, actually, this is the wrong color. Let's actually build this out of the brown. Let's build it out of the brown. Here we go. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Very nice. And then actually, we're just going to go ahead and chuck that across there like that. It should be big enough, I think. So that should be fine, maybe. All right, there we go. And then we'll paint all of these extra bits that we need to paint. Excellent. And that looks, I mean, it looks okay, I suppose. Let's go ahead and paint this little bit on top of here, across there, and across there. And, well, that's the start of the downstairs thingamabobby. So I want some of the interior to be, well, actually, it's all going to be the same color in here. There you go. But I want, like, a little bit of a landing, and then we can actually start going downstairs from there. That seems okay. What that then means is we're going to get rid of this piece. We're going to extend this bit backwards a little bit, just like so. Excellent. Attach that all together. Delete this guy right here. And we'll actually put, like, a mini roof on here. But it is going to be that off-white color in order to do that. So chuck this guy on this side, all the way across, this guy on this side, and fill it all in. All right, so far so good. I guess we should see if we can actually put stairs in. So if this is going to be in here, where should the floor go? How tall is that? That is 6. That would be 8. I guess if the floor goes here, that would be fine, maybe? What does a door look like there? Let's have a look. Yeah, so a door fits. That's good. What about 2 beds? That's the other question. All right, bed. Let's grab them and see. So that one would have to go there. Why can't I put that on? There we go. And then the other one would go there. That's actually perfect. Yeah, that will work out fine. Right, cool. So, stairs is the next thing. We're going to make those out of the right color, which is this one. And we'll chuck that right there, and we'll allow it to come down. The only reason I'm actually building these in right now is to make sure that we can actually get downstairs. There we go. Without hitting our heads and it being a massive catastrophe. That seems good to me. Gonna delete this little section right here, and replace it with this for now. Obviously the entire inside is going to be changed color as well, but for now it's going to stay white. Okay, let's put a roof on this real quick. Here we go. And I guess we're just going to have to spawn it in and test it out. There you go. Chuck that across there. Put it on here as well, actually. Shove that little bit on, this little bit on, and I guess we can actually do this too. No, wait, what? This. There we go. So that goes there, that goes... Wait, I have overhanged it on one side. Or overhung it? Overhanged? I don't know. I'm messing up right now and I don't know why, but there you go. So these guys go across there, fill that in over to here, put this guy over here like this. We'll chuck another one right there, and we'll chuck another one right there. And that looks very weird right now. It looks very strange. Okay, across this side as well, that'll be fine. Let's just, these kind of look ugly. But let's just see if it's fine. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about those. I feel like this brown that we've used isn't quite right. But anyway, go inside. We do hit our heads off this piece, but I'm going to angle that bit. And then actually it should be fine. Okay, yeah, not bad then. Let's change what these guys look like a little bit, and then we'll actually have one there, and then we'll actually put in maybe 2 at the back as well, and possibly another one in front, facing the other way. I don't know. Alright, a little bit of finagling, and we can put this one back here. There we go. So that's 2 more of them. Let's delete the flooring in here, because it's unnecessary. And there we go. 2 more of them have been placed in. We're then going to want 2 more at the front as well, I do believe. So let's just make this go forwards. Weirdly, I'm going to actually turn these ones around, and I am going to put them just, I guess, there. There we go. All right, cool. So merge these guys down as well, and delete all of the interior bits again, there and there. And there we go. So that's how it's going to be, I think. Okay, more stuff needs to happen now. So, where all of the masts are, we're actually going to go ahead and delete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did one too many on this side. Actually, wait, hang on. Let's do 7. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. We're going to be building in little walls like this, where every single mast is. 1, 2, wait. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Put that little wall in there. Another mast is back here, so let's put a wall in here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. There you go. And we're going to continue doing this all the way down the ship. Yep, there you go. All of that right there. And then we've got a few more. But these ones we can't really do it on. And then I guess the one at the very front we can't really do it on either. Just yet. We'll have to sort that out later. But for now, what we need to do is try and figure out kind of how this bit works. So essentially what we're going to do is go to rockets. Yeah, you might not have been expecting that, if I'm honest, but you can expect it now. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete the top piece, actually. We're going to get ropes, and this is going to be the thing that keeps the mast sort of attached down to the boat, which I think makes sense. Towards the bottom, I am actually going to go ahead and put a block in, and then we're going to put another one of these, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll attach it down to the actual boat itself. There we go. I think that's going to look really cool. I think that's definitely going to work. So now I have to put this on this one, and that one, and that one, and then we'll have to figure out what to do with the front masts, because I'm not sure just yet. Okay, so at the front, I've gone ahead and designed this. I think it'll do a very similar job to what this is doing, so that should be fine. And then we're going to do pretty much the same thing as this at the back. I did something a bit crazy. I added some stuff to the masts. Look at that. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, so I've added some ropes to each of these, and then obviously I've added a little bit of an increase in height to the mast itself. That, I think, is starting to look pretty sick. Yeah, so imagine this thing with sails. These are going to go a lot taller. Obviously, we're going to have a lot more weight in the bottom because it's tipping over, which is not great. But yeah, that is looking cool. Oh yeah, I don't know whether we could get rid of maybe like 2 of these masts, maybe, or maybe a few more than that. Like we could get rid of this one in the middle, and then maybe that one there, and then keep the rest. I don't really know. I like the idea of having just loads for some reason. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool right now. And weirdly, that is where we're gonna leave it today. I think next time, we might have to tow this thing over to the other place, and then I think I'm gonna start with the engines next. Rather than doing anything with the sails next, I think the steam engines are what we're gonna have to do next. So yeah, join me next time as we hopefully tow this thing correctly over to the next island, where we can then get this thing sorted into what it's gonna be a little bit more. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of it right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.